there's always going to be a number of challenges that as an entrepreneur or as a business person, you will be confronted with. But for the number of challenges that you will face, you will also face the same number of opportunities as well. What makes a business succeed is the extent to which that business person is able to not only identify the opportunities and seize them, but also to have the ability to deal with the challenges which will face you as a business person. And if there's one thing that I'm sure of, is that in as much as you will see opportunities, the challenges will be there. And so what will make the difference is your ability to deal with those challenges. But what will really determine the extent to which your business becomes sustainable is the ethos behind the business leader. Once you start to reward for results irrespective of the behavior, that is the beginning of destruction. Having an ethical approach to business is something that is core to having a sustainable business. Whilst we know that there are a number of challenges to starting a business, when you look at the history of South Africa, we know that we have a rich history of businesses that can be sustained for a long time. When you look at around the world, we know that globally, few companies survive beyond 100 years. In fact, only 20% of the companies that were listed on the Fortune 500 in 1950 have survived beyond 100 years. And yet when you look at South Africa, we know that we have a number of businesses that have survived beyond 100 years. You need a holistic approach with respect to looking at how you can make a business sustainable. It is not just about making sure that you are managing your resources in terms of capital and your human resources, which is very key, and all of the, dealing with the markets and the product quality and the service, etc. But it is also about ensuring that the type of people that you're bringing into the business, the manner and culture that you are putting into that business will be one that will be helpful in terms of sustaining the business going forward. And that is why I believe that having a business that has a basis of integrity is something that is very important. For an entrepreneur who has a business idea, this is something that, one should see that the market is there. It's a very young market, and it is a market that is predominantly female. So, you want to be thinking about how you want to be providing your services and your goods to this market. Being able to have sustainable businesses will certainly contribute significantly to the growth of our economy. And we know that we need to be doing something about kickstarting the growth and continued growth of our economy. I mean, the fact that in sub-Saharan Africa, average growth is over 5%, average GDP growth is over 5%, and yet we are moving backwards. We are now looking at projections of about 2.7%, and yet, we have the most sophisticated infrastructure, economic and social infrastructure compared to our neighbors, but we are not growing anywhere as fast as they are. I think it's something that needs to be concerning us, that we need to be doing something. And certainly we know that the answers do not all lie with government. For us in business, in whatever sphere of business that we are in, we need to be thinking about ways in which we can contribute more significantly towards the growth of our economy. We all want to be able to have businesses or to start businesses that will still be here in another 20 years. And so it's important that we pay attention to all of these external issues that we are faced with in our economy and, as a society as well, and the manner in which we are running our businesses. Because the business of business is not merely business. The business of business is to ensure that we can contribute meaningfully to our society and that we are able to sustain it into the future.